again guys in the guide about second Space Marines hero. Apothecary is described by one word: support. He isn't a very strong hero, but he makes your durable Space Marines even tougher. Like all heroes, he takes 40% less damage in melee combat and has healing aura all around him, which means that units regenerate their health 200% faster, which means triple rate. This is great especially in small fights, for example when you use cover and your enemy is using cover too, because most of the damage you take you will simply regenerate with passive buff from Apothecary. Secondly, it means also that if you don't attack Apothecary and his army, they will slowly regenerate without going back to base. Thirdly, when I play with other heroes of Space Marines, I have this problem with my units' HP. Sometimes they lose a lot of it and they have to sit in base for a long time, and I need them as soon as possible. With Apothecary I don't have this problem. My units are almost always at full HP. His aura stacks with base aura, so your units get healed very fast. They will be healed on their way to battlefield and on battlefield itself. Heal is very similar but active ability of Apothecary. It heals allied infantry for 110 health per model. It is very effective on units like Tactical Marines or Assault Marines and much less effective on Apothecary himself or hero units. For every 2 levels Apothecary gets, heal amount is increased by 20 for normal units and 50 for hero units. Heal can also revive friendly heroes, but they get up with little amount of HP and you don't get experience at all. So if possible, always go for normal revive instead. First weapon upgrade for Apothecary is Sanguine Chainsword. It gives you nice damage upgrade and it also heals Apothecary. You get 20 HP for every hit it makes. It's a great weapon for small fights, 1v1 maybe 1v2, but it won't change much in bigger fights, especially if enemy focuses Apothecary. Mastercrafted Bolter is in my opinion the best weapon for Apothecary, mainly because it's range weapon, the only one that Apothecary can get. Every smart player will always focus on Apothecary to get rid of his annoying support, and it's much easier when he's a melee unit. Unless he is sitting behind cover or behind his units, but in that case he is simply useless. With Bolter your Apothecary can sit behind cover between his units and still be useful. Bolter itself isn't great, it has very similar damage to default Bolter of Tech-Mine, but it comes with really nice full auto ability. This ability deals increased damage and causes weapon knockback for 5 seconds. It's great especially against enemies' heroes, but it can be used on pretty much everything: melee units, units behind cover, retreating units, units capturing a point, etc, etc. Anointed Power Axe is power melee weapon, so it's very good against heavy infantry. In addition, every hit drains 15 energy from the target, which is very situational. For example, hero with energy shield upgrade will care a lot, but Chaos Space Marines won't care at all, because they don't have any abilities. For me this is very bad weapon, mainly because other heroes get similar weapons, or even better weapons at T1, and you get this weapon at T2. Armor of Purity reduces the cooldown of heal by 35%, which is somewhere around 8 seconds, and gives you 100 HP. For me it's not a great upgrade, mainly because your problem is always energy, not the cooldown, especially at the beginning of the game. And heal has relatively short cooldown anyway. Combat Stimulant equipment gives 100 HP and Combat Stimulant's ability. This ability breaks suppression, grants suppression immunity and buffs your damage by 25% for 15 seconds. This is really nice support ability which you can use on many situations. Armor of the Apothecarion is the most expensive upgrade for Apothecary. It increases your health by 200 and health regeneration by 1 HP per second. There is 50% chance that Apothecary will revive himself with 40% HP if he is unconscious. It also grants the advanced healing ability. When activated, Apothecary heals all units around him for 2% of their maximum health per second. But Apothecary himself is slowed by 85%, so he can't really move. This ability is great for healing your whole army, outside or on battlefield, unless your enemy is focusing one unit. With purification rites, when the Apothecary uses heal, enemy units around the target take 15 points of piercing damage and weapon knockback. It can be used against melee infantry or to finish units when they fell. Purification Virus gives you area of effect grenades. They deal 45 damage in explosion and 10 damage per 1 second for 10 seconds all around the explosion. They are great against infantry, especially with many models, and not so great against heavy infantry, which means you can use them on your own units, when they are attacked by melee infantry, for example. Improved medical equipment, in my opinion, is the best accessory for Apothecary. It increases your energy by 100 and energy regeneration by 0.1, which means you can heal more often, you can use your abilities more often, and Apothecary is all about healing and abilities. All in all, Apothecary isn't the strongest hero on his own. Especially in T1 and 3 he sucks as damage dealer. But he makes his army even stronger and he's great for your economy, because you lose less units. His upgrades are not great, but they are okay and they are very cheap. If you can keep him alive on the battlefield, he will be a great problem for your enemies. So that's it for this guide, guys. See you soon and stay safe.